green print with an ascendant orb, it gives you like RNG dice rolls on every stat. So everyone is going to have totally unique and different stats to the green prints, and thus to their final armor. But you're talking like percentages, a little bits here and there. We don't know how much this is going to play out in the game, but if you're looking for like pure numbers stuff, yeah, again, go to the Git book. There's loads of stuff in there on all the real detailed numbers. So we go into a little bit more about the crafting boosts on the green prints. Okay, so you see it says here, I've got 8 remaining attempts. Now, beginning of the day, I think that was 11 or 10. I can't remember now off the top of my head. The first green print you craft of each rarity a day with each method, so you can only do 10 of these 4 components in any rarity combination, whereas for figures, you can do that many in all the different rarities. So you're a bit more flexible if you've got more figures, but there's nothing wrong with doing the 4 component as well. The first time you craft, your green print will have 0 boost on it from the first one you crafted in a 24-hour period. Every one after that, that's when your crafting boost starts getting applied, and there's a whole range to it. So if we go to, this is the Git book, okay? This is like the Bible, our Green Rabbit Bible, okay? So that'll be the front page. You want to click on the gameplay one, and what we're doing, green print crafting. Okay, so this is what I mean about all stats and numbers. If you want to know like all the costs, all the percentages for everything, then it's all here. But this chart's a really good one, okay? So you see here, craft attempt, first one of the day, minimum bonus, maximum bonus 0. So that's that first one where you won't get any boost, okay? Now, for all the successive ones, there's a range. So your second craft of the day has a minimum of a 1.1% boost and a maximum chance of getting 11.11. Now, as you see, as you go up, the range gets higher. You know, so if you want that 20% boost, you need to be doing your 10 crafts every day.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Yep.
Can you boost the same green print multiple times, or
Yes.
only once a day?
It used to be only once a day, but it's just changed, so I think you can do 20 now. So
20 boosts on
yeah.
a green print? So if you have 20 orbs,
Well, no,
you can
20 boosts
20.
in a day,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that is. So you'll be able to do 2
Okay.
green prints 10 times. So for
Okay.
you guys that are trying to catch up, there's that avenue for you.
Okay.
Okay, but if you're doing it the more long-term way, which hopefully you're going to start doing that as well, this is how you get your good green print with the better starting stats.
Okay.
But most of us are using the 17s because we haven't seen many 18s or above. Pardon me. It's some of us have been crafting every day for months, and we haven't seen many 18s. So you can hang on for 18 and above if you want, but if I was you, I would, you know, be playing in this kind of range if you want
So
to be a bit more competitive. But
so once
you,
you get your green print boosted to 17 or so, or whatever you're comfortable with, then you can take a whole bunch of them and fuse them together, and
you
then you
don't
get
want to
the.
you don't want to fuse the ones you've boosted,
Oh. Oh. Okay.
as in the ones that you've boosted with ascendant orbs to give them extra boost. As in for crafting, it's up to you. I mean, I personally will fuse anything under 17%. So everything from 16.9% lower, and I fuse them to make ascendant orbs with, and I save the 17s and above. That's what I do personally. Obviously,
Okay.
you can play it however you want to play it, but you can use these ones to fuse with ascendant orbs. There's nothing stopping you. I just wouldn't use the ones with a higher percentage.
Okay. And when you fuse them together, you need one orb to fuse a bunch of them.
No, you fuse 10 green prints into an orb.
Oh. Oh, that's
But
right. That's right.
yeah, but like I said,
Trying
it's
to
not
remember all that.
guaranteed. It's a 95% success rate, so it's
Right. Right.
almost guaranteed. But
Okay.
so 10 green prints into one ascendant orb, and those ascendant orbs are then what you put into a good green print. You know, one that's got a half decent boost on it.
So even if it fails, do
So
you
you
still
need.
burn them, or can you try again if you fail?
Sorry, what was that? Can you start that one again?
If you fail, are they still burned?
If you fail, right now, yet again, it's all changed. So if your 10 green print fusing fails, you get 8 back and 2 get burned.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
As of a couple of days ago, it used to be 5 and 5. But
Wow.
again, it's changed. What you got to understand is we've had the means to get this far for a while. So because there wasn't any sync in place, the rates were lower and harder and more difficult. But now we are on the verge of being able to craft these armor components. They're starting to lax up all the numbers and the percentages because we're going to have a sync for them now. You know, we kind of made some mistakes very early on in our game, and we had some features that are around with no real syncs for them, and stuff got a little bit weird. So we got Stairs, our wizard, on board a while back, and he's absolutely sorted our economy out like a genius. He comes from a nuclear science background. He was a nuclear engineer. Like he's a freaking smart ass dude. So he knows what he's doing. But yeah, at the moment, you guys are in a pretty good position because everything's the easiest and the most success rate-ish than has ever been. If you like my crappy words, but
Yeah.
um,
So can you use you can't use an epic orb on a common green print, but you could use epic orb on epic green print, right?
epic orb on an epic green print, yeah.
But not an epic orb on
When you're
a
boosting
common
green
green
prints,
print.
the orb has to be the same rarity.
Oh, okay. It has to be the same. Okay.
Yeah, it was with the foragers, but you can do different.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
the
if you had
foragers
an
do
epic
research.
forager, you
Okay.
could use an uncommon or a common orb to level them up if you didn't have epics. But with the
To
green
level up
prints,
the foragers.
the foragers, yeah, and they're the ones you're
So
sending out for the extra materials.
okay, and then okay, so the orbs upgrade the foragers, they upgrade the green prints, and what else?
And they upgrade the greensmiths.
And the green. Okay.
Obviously,
All right.
we can't use the greensmiths until later on today, but you will need the ascendant orbs to level up the greensmiths as well. So those of us that have been here for a long
Okay.
time, for months, we've been doing our maximum daily limit of green print crafting, and we've been fusing as many as we can into ascendant orbs to get as many ascendant orbs as we can, because we've been kind of getting ready for this. But the thing, beautiful thing is if you got the money, you can just go on the second market and you can buy everything you need. Um, a few things for you to bear in mind when you are going to the market. How many of you have bought greensmiths or greensmith packs already? Have any of you? Have some of you?
I haven't bought a single thing.
Okay, cool. So, one thing to mention, the greensmiths, when it goes live later, they're going to go through a ceremony at which a totem, an animal totem, is going to be chosen for that greensmith. You can't choose it. It will be chosen for you. Okay? So right now, all the greensmiths on the market, if you bought one, it would have a chance of being any animal totem. Okay? Now, when it gets that totem assigned to it, it can craft armor for any of the totems. So if, for example, your greensmith gets a rabbit, it can craft rabbit armor. It can craft the other three totems, the snake, the turtle, and the cat. But it's going to be better at doing the rabbits. Okay?
So how
Now,
many greensmiths do you need?
yet again,
One.
that's totally up to you. The bare minimum, one.
Okay, okay.
We
But
can
if you want to
use.
do the best on all four, there's four different animals. So you might want to have four different greensmiths if you want to kick butt on all the different armors, right?
If you really want to be a kick butt, you kind of need 16. Okay? And for that, it gets really complicated. But yeah, for mediocre butt kicking, you want four, I guess, one for each animal totem. But that's if you intend on making animate armor for all four. You might not want to. You might want to just start with one or two. You know, I suggest you don't go balls in and get one of each, like, and go back crazy. But if that's what you want to do, knock yourselves out.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I
options
wish
there.
I
So
could. I wish I could.
after the totem is chosen your greensmith, you'll want to apply an anima mod to it, which is what I mentioned earlier. You're going to need an anima mod. Now, the anima mod you apply to the greensmith has to be the same totem as the greensmith. Okay, so just a little bit of caution when you go into the secondary market. If you buy everything that's on there now, everything is going to, greensmith wise, they're going to be unassigned to totems. So you might, if you're going to buy a greensmith right now, I wouldn't buy an anima mod for it. Because, for example, if you buy a greensmith and you think, I want to make cat green prints and cat armor, I'm going to buy a cat anima mod, and your greensmith ends up getting chosen to be a turtle, you're not going to be able to put your cat mod onto it. Okay? So if you're going to buy a greensmith, don't buy a mod for it yet. Wait until you've done the ceremonies with it and you know what totem's been assigned to it, and then you know what totem, but what anima mod to look for.
Okay.
If that's gone over your heads a bit, just ask someone in the Discord chat when you get to that time. People will help.
That makes sense.
Because yeah, again, even though we're going a bit slower here, it's still quite a lot of information to go in, and
Yeah.
I can probably come off this screen now, actually, can't I?
Well, I think that's what
So,
makes this game so cool. I really do. I mean, it's like complicated, but I think that's what makes this game pretty
What-
cool because you always got something to do.
yeah, you've always got something to do, and there's lots of different layers to it, and it's not linear. You know, you've got options. You know, like I was saying with the epic foragers, you're not forced to have to upgrade it with epic orbs, which are quite expensive to make. You know, you've got the options of using the lower ones, and there's lots of facets of the game that have this sort of tree branch effect where you get to a point where you have to make a decision: do I do this? Do I do that? Like when you guys buy your first bunch of NFTs, if you don't buy that many, you're going to be, oh, do I stake them all? Do I stake some of them and use some to craft with? Because if you want to craft with these things, as you can see right now, I haven't got any I can choose because these ones are all staked, earning me Selenium, and this one here that I normally craft with is in cooldown. Now I could reset the cooldown, but I'm trying to save myself for what's coming later on, so I'm not going to do all this stuff. But so you can't just have everything staked and craft with it. You know, you need to have some stuff unstaked, and people have different tactics for how they stake and unstake and craft stuff.
What's What's a cooldown?
So that's after you've crafted with it. So after you've crafted, whether you've done the 4-component method or the 3D figure method, if your craft fails, because you see there's a success rate down here, if your craft fails, everything goes in the cooldown for 12 hours.
And you can't use it.
No, but
Do you,
we
you
just
don't
pay
have
it.
to pay
You,
for the
yep,
cooldown?
yep. So you can click here, select
To
them
get
all,
out of it?
pay to reset, and you can reset them all and go through them. Yeah.
Okay, you pay to get out of the cooldown.
So you can
okay.
pay to get out the cooldown and keep going. If you're green,
Who thought of this
if
one?
your crafting is successful, they still go into cooldown, but it goes into cooldown for 24 hours. Okay. So basically, when you fail, it's cheaper to buy yourself out for cooldown to have another go. But if it's successful, because the process went all the way through, you know, imagine if it's a mechanical process on a factory line and it gets halfway through and it's failed. You know, you get some stuff back pretty quick. Whereas if it goes all the way through, because the process took longer and everything went through, your stuff goes into cooldown for 24 hours, and then the purchase cost for the cooldown is more expensive. And again, all the detailed numbers for all of that, all in this Git book. If you want to geek out on all the numbers, it's all there. I can't remember all the numbers for everything. There's too much to take in now.
Yeah, we have a
Otherwise,
couple guys who are into that.
yeah. Okay, so if you have our guys that are great with numbers, the Doobie and Mabbit are really good with a lot of that stuff. Really geeky number guys are Fanta Rabbit and the Wild Wascally Rabbit. Those two guys are proper number whores. So if you really want to super geek out, those guys are bang on it.
What are their names?
A wild green Wascally Rabbit
Okay.
and Fanta Rabbit, but spelt with a PH rather than an F.
Can't miss that. Wild Wascally and Fanta.
Yeah. Like if if you look at the Discord now or in the next, you know, however, you can see Wascally's online. He's there in the moderator section. is there.
Cool.
We got mods from all over the world, so like we're all operating in shifts.
Awesome.
So that is kind of most of it up until the armor crafting stage, which we can't do yet, so I can't show you much. But I will say, with your green print, you don't go from having a green print to crafting your whole suit of armor. You're going to be doing it in components, okay, in sections. So you're going to have gloves first, and then I can't remember them all in order, but there's gloves, there's sleeves, there's boots, there's legs, trousers, there's helmet and chest piece. You know, you got all six. And
Okay.
the level 1 greensmiths, which obviously all of ours are going to be level 1 when we start. I think that's the case anyway. We're only going to be able to, yeah, we're only going to be able to craft gloves until we level up. Okay. There's two types of missions you can do with a greensmith. You can do construction or you can do deconstruction. Obviously, for the first time, you're only going to have construction as your option. But if they're not leveled up after your first construction, which you're probably not going to be, but I don't know because I'm not a number crunching person, you're going to then have to deconstruct. And then you might have to do a couple of constructs and deconstructs until you've got enough XP to then start making your next piece of armor, and it'll be the same onwards and upwards.
Okay.
You can only have 2 greensmiths going at a time. We're going to have 2 slots, but you can have more than 2 greensmiths. Just only 2 working at a time.
Okay.
And they have to be working on separate green prints. You can't have 2 working on the same one.
Okay.
So you can't be like, have your one precious green print and have one working on one bit and one working on another bit of it. No, it's got to be separate. So if you guys are just starting off and you haven't got like green prints of lots of different totems, you might just want to get yourself just one greensmith, because you're probably only going to need the one. And if you want to be really smart, you can maybe wait until after the armor crafting goes live and we've all done our totem ceremonies, because there might be some greensmiths sold on the market that have already got the totem chosen for them. I don't know, maybe not, but again, if you don't want to gamble on what totem you get chosen, you could do that. But on the other hand, you guys aren't in the position where you've got lots of green prints ready to go, have you? So you can kind of choose, you know. You can wait. You can buy your greensmith, do the totem ceremony, wait until it gets a totem chosen for it. So say it gets chosen a cat, you can then find a cat animal mod, and then you can find a cat green print, and then you can buy a load of ascendant orbs, boost the green print, buy the materials you need, start crafting.
Say that. Sorry.
It's fine. So, if you don't want to gamble and you kind of want to know what you're doing is set in stone, first get your greensmith. Just the greensmith, okay? And obviously, the higher rarity according to your budget, but get your greensmith. And then when everything goes live, which is, what, we're 9, 8, 7, 6, 7, 3 hours I think, if my maths is right. When everything goes live, you can then do the first stage of your album component crafting, which is doing this ceremony with your greensmith, okay? If you want to know the reason why it's a ceremony, read or listen to the lore, but if you don't want to get into that, you've got to wait until the ceremony's done and the totem is chosen for your greensmith, okay? You then want to make a note of what totem it is, whether it's a rabbit, a cat, a snake, or a turtle. And then whatever that totem is, that's the anima mod you want to find to apply to your greensmith. And that's also the same totem of the green print that you will want to buy. Because I would imagine that you guys are going to be wanting, because you need a green print to turn into armor, right?
Right.
Now,
So you gotta get the right one.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we've all been crafting for months and months and months, so we've got a selection of all of them. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, we've got a selection of greensmiths, a selection of green prints, and we're all crossing our fingers and hoping we get the totems chosen for our greensmiths that we want, that we've been working towards. Pardon me.
What's the difference between these flash drives, real quick? I see snake, I see rabbit, I see cat.
Don't worry about what tokens are on the actual flash drives. Whatever animals on it, it doesn't matter. No,
Okay.
it's more the rarity. The rarity matters because the rarity affects its capacity. So these ones here are uncommon, and they've got 128 bits capacity.
On the market, I'm looking on an NFT Hive. Is that you recommend that one, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Like I'm looking. I just put flash drives in. I'm looking open market. I'm signed in. I see a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't say the rarity on the front that I can tell. Is, do I click on something?
Should do. Let me have a little looky see here with you.
Farley?
What's up?
Yeah. Okay, I want to ask this guy a question. Like, I have. Who am I speaking to?
It's a dovetail. How you doing?
Dovetail. Good. Okay, I've got like the snake totem, which is epic coin. So, if I have to pick, what do you recommend? Should I go for the?
That's the only thing you've got so far, just the totem coin.
No. I got the low tablet rabbit.
Yep.
I've got the flash drive, Selenium chest, Albert human.
You got a starter pack. At,
Starter pack, yeah.
Digicon.
Yeah.
Digicon, you want it?
Cool. Okay. So you should
Yeah,
probably
and,
have everything you need in there. Very basic. But if that's all you have, you're going to be in a position where you can either have your stuff staking and earning, or you can unstake it and use it to craft with. And then after you've crafted, you're going to have to stake it again to start earning again. Get that?
Okay. But I need to like build something. So what all would I need? I've made notes of that.
So let's go back into this screen.
I have a
okay?
chest. Yeah.
So
I can fill him in too.
if
you wanna-
you've got a chest, you want to go to this bit. Are you watching as well, or are you just
Yeah,
listening? Yeah, you're watching.
No,
Okay, so
watching.
if you go to that redeem chest bit, you'll be able to redeem your chest and get Selenium from them, and then you'll see that some Selenium will go into your account balance up here once you redeem your chest, and then at least you'll have a little bit of shell to get started.
Can you use
Okay.
the selenium on the Hive market to buy items, or is that just
No.
wax?
No, just wax.
Okay.
But we do have our own market here, the Shell Road, and the majority of all the drops we've done on here have all been for Shell. I think we've done one that was for wax, but normally it's all Shell. So you've got Shell. This one was from our seasonal event with the Garys. That's why that one's sold. But most of the rest are Shell. These are more seasonal things, more Shell. So we do have our own marketplace where you can spend Shell as well. So, and as you see, normally we do our drops for Shell. All the greensmiths are drop for Selenium. All the foragers are back with the drop for Selenium. You know, we try and support our own game economy here, so it really helps, you know, back it up and strengthen it.
Right. Okay. So but Shell's also exchangeable on Alpha, right?
Yep. So again, if some of you guys are wanting to shortcut and get going a bit quicker, you can go and buy however much of it that you want to buy. You know.
Okay. To do the in-game processing.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how much to buy, A, because of my position, and B, because, again, I don't run the numbers, but, you'll need a little bit to get going, you know,
That's
I
why
don't
the
know,
starter
like-
packs have chests in them.
that's why they have a chest in, so you've got a little bit of Selenium to get started, but trust me, that's not going to be enough to get much done, especially because every stage of everything you do, there's a shell cost for.
Right.
Everything, you know, from crafting the green prints to fusing the green prints to doing the armor component crafting to sending your foragers out on missions, it all has a shell cost, and then somehow extra stuff on top of that. But at the very base,
But Selenium is
you need
pretty
shell
Selenium is pretty cheap, right, at the moment.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. You can
I mean, we've had quite a few people sort of, you know, for fudgy type peeps that come and go, oh, when's Shell gonna go up in price? You know, they just want to dump all their earnings and make a quick buck. But for everyone else, it's actually really good at not being that expensive because it means that people in your position that want to get into our game don't have this massive paywall on the shell. I mean, some of the other NFTs and items, yeah, some of them cost a little bit more, but yet again, there's ones to suit all your budget. You could just go out and buy common everything, and it won't set you back too much right now. Or you could gamble a bit and you could buy some of the packs on the market and open some start packs or some premium packs, like or some bonus packs. There's different types of packs, but it's totally up to you guys and what budget you got. But the chap who had the totem coin, this is the menu you're going to be at for your crafting, 4-component crafting,
Is the
and
value?
lore
Oh,
coin is there for your totem coin. Sorry, go on.
Sherazad.
Yep, just
Said
say
that
Sherry.
Sherry. All right,
Sherry's
thank
much
you.
easier.
Thank you. Said that it's better to stake the greedy characters because you get better rates
Yep,
on crafting,
yep,
right? So for
yep,
the
that's correct.
okay, instead of doing the 4-way
I mean,
or whatever,
you can't craft with both. This is what I mean. So what I would normally
you
do
can do
is,
both.
yeah. So most days I will do all my 10 attempts of the 4 components. What am I even using? I can't even remember. I'm doing uncommons. So for my 4-component crafting, I'm doing uncommons, and then 3D figure crafting, I've been doing commons.
Okay.
So
All
I've
right.
got a bit of both going on because the 3D figures stake for more. I'm losing out on less staking power by using the common figure to craft with than the uncommon figure. If you get me,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Some other things to bear in mind with all of this. If you are using the 3D figure method to craft your green prints with, say you're going with commons, alright?
Uh huh.
Say you're doing common 3D figure crafting. So you're using one figure to do your crafting with. If you've got more common figures staking, or in your inventory, whether staking or not, for every one you have, your success rate goes up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? So a tactic some people do, which is something I do, something a few of the other mods do, is when we're looking to buy more Green Rabbit assets to up our staking power, some people just go and buy other cards, the separate NFT cards, whether it's one of these images, whether it's a tablet or a coin. Some of us buy 3D figures, and those of us that do with 3D figures, A, do it because they stake for a little bit more, especially compared to how much space they take up on a flash drive, because everything
Yeah.
takes up space, and these are the most economical for space, but for every 3D figure you have, your success rate of that rarity, and of that particular totem as well, it's worth noting, I think, your success rate goes up a little bit. So, I've got 18 3D figures crossed between these 3 rarities, and most of them in these 2. Because most of my crafting I do is all common and uncommon crafting. So I buy lots of common and uncommon 3D figures to up my staking power and not take up too much space on my flash drives. And it helps with my crafting success rates a little bit, and every little counts, at the end of the day. Long term, that is, like over the next few days it's not going to make much difference, but if you're looking back, like having an extra few percent here and there can help, and then add in a few more percent on and a few more percent, and it just goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you. Would you mind coming to look at my screen if I stream?
Yeah, dude, you
Okay.
do it.
It's my second time doing this, so bear with me. But I think this is right. Can you see it?
See you sex.
You see
Yep.
the flash drives? Okay. What's the difference between the ones with the green on them and the ones without the green rubber? Like, are those? It looks like
Different
green ones.
rarities.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're different rarities. If you scroll up, have you not got the things on the left hand side to filter?
I'm not familiar with this website.
Okay, so yeah, go up and click on the collections tab rather than the assets tab. I think that'll do a bit better. Oh blimey, God no. Click on open market again. Start again. Right, there we go. So type green rabbit in on the left. You see on the left you've got the darker blue box. Yep, in there in collection. No, where you just were. Go down a bit.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Go down. Yep, in there. Yep. Just type green in there and green rabbit will come up underneath, yep. So this is how you can find everything and you do all your filters and stuff. So that's it, click on it.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And then if you go down a little bit more to where you got those menus on the left.
Here?
Yep, schema category. The top one. Yep. Click on that. And then you'll have a load of options if you want to find the flash drive one.
Ah, thank you. I was totally
This is
lost.
how you guys are going to start finding your individual entities as well using all these filters.
Are you guys all watching this?
And then if you go down a little bit more, you can go to rarity, so you can actually filter by the different rarities.
Fozzie, Relief, are you watching this?
Unfortunately, I'm getting nothing from your screen.
You're not getting nothing from my screen?
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go over here then.
Okay.
Is that better, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so he typed. He
I'm on
typed.
Hive. I
Yep.
went, hit open market up here. And then I went over here, right here I typed green, and then clicked on green rabbit right here. And then I started filtering with, I can close these probably, right? Like this. So I started filtering. I opened the category, schema, and then I put flash drive, and then I opened rarity, and I was
You can
just
see there.
applying my
You've also got
comment.
ones like you can see there's greensmiths. You can see there's like totems. There's green prints. There's foragers. You know, everything you need is all there in the filters.
Okay.
And if you want the 3D figures, just so you know, these are a little trickier to find. Go to characters. If you're
Oh,
looking
you're
for 3D
making it hard
figures,
on us.
go to characters. That's it. And then if you go down past the rarity menu to variant, there you go, and then you click on figure. The other two, action and diorama, they're for the individual entities if you're doing the 4-component method. So if you're doing your coin and your totem and the other two, you need action and diorama. If you want figures, click figure, and then obviously you can search for your rarity back on the left there. And then there'll be a drop-down menu up the top-ish above the figures. See where it says date newest? Up to your right a little bit. Up. Left. There we go. Give that a drop-down menu, and then you probably want to do price lowest, I would imagine.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Hey, thanks for that little tour. That helped
That's
me
cool.
out.
That's cool.
I was lost. This is my first time on Hive.
So, watch it. Don't move from where you're at. So, if everyone sees this screen, right where his mouse pointer is, to the right, you have a character with a red dress and a ginger hair. To your left, you have one with armor on. These are both Felicia, which will give you cat green prints. One on right is just her without her anima armor. One is her in her anima armor. Either one will do exactly the same. They stake for the same, they'll make exactly the same green prints. We do everything exactly the same. So you don't see one of armor and think, oh, that's fancier, I'll pay a bit more for that. They do the same, okay? Can you scroll down to just one row below you? Go right 2. And you see that dude with the yellow trousers? That's Albert, without his anima armor. He is the poster child of the project. All Albert NFTs stake for a little bit more than all the other NFTs do. So whether that's the figures or the NFT action diorama cards, okay? Now, he has one which is in anima armor, a bit like the cat, but his anima armor ones stake for even more than him and not in his anima armor. And the reason I'm telling you this is when people found out that the Albert in anima armor staked for more a lot of
bought
people
'em all.
assumed that the cat inanimate armor was the same, but it's
Oh.
not. So A, don't overbuy on the cat inanimate armor thinking you're getting anything special. But
Okay.
B, if you do want a little bit extra on the staking rates,
There
again,
we go.
here we go, that's Albert inanimate armor. A lot more expensive. For
What
staking rates,
is it worth it? I mean, is it how much is it a great future? I mean, or just a
you have
waste
to
like
make
what
that
you said?
decision for yourself.
Okay,
But it's
okay,
all in the Git book.
okay.
All the staking rates are in the Git book. And let me go back to my screen. Where did it go? Collection staking rates. So if you guys want to look back on my screen, if you see, this is the Git book again. Okay, cool. Cool.
One node.
I think what I'll do is I'll stop watching you for a second, so I'm not all too confused.
Gotta see how to transition over to your screen. I don't see.
I didn't stop sharing my screen. I
No,
don't.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
I can't click on it. So I
Alright.
don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Cool.
Hold on. Okay, there we go.
So when you're in the Git book, this one here, collection staking rates. But when you guys are putting a bit more time and thought to it and really want to plan everything out, this is really good because it gives you all the staking rates, all the different NFTs. So 3D figures, the diorama, action, coins, they're all the individual NFTs, right? Now you see base rate. The base rate is for every character apart from Albert. Okay? So if you had a cat, a snake, or a turtle,
Okay.
it's all going to be base rate. Albert with his pickaxe and his yellow trousers on without armor is a bit more, okay? So if you see here for 3D figures, between the common, for not Albert and Albert, it's only a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you've got your Albert in his anima armor,
Oh wow.
okay? And that's just uncommon. So if you're looking at the difference between uncommon, that's your base rate, any other character, that's your Albert, gives you a little bit more. Albert and Anima armor. So, for all of your guys that want to be the proper big ballers, flexing and flashing,
Yeah, mythic.
you can point them that way, if that's what they choose to do. But there's only one mythic Albert in Anima armor.
And he's already sold and owned, right?
I think I saw a post earlier saying it's up for sale.
Really?
I haven't checked and verified. I don't think. I might have checked. I don't know. I'm a stoner. I forget things easily. I definitely saw a post that was up for sale. So it's out there. It's probably
Nice.
not cheap.
Yeah.
And you can make your own mind up whether it's worth it. But you know, for 990, and these are all per hour staking rates, right? So that's just under.
I think it's listed
a
for
billion shell.
110,000.
There we go. So if that's in your
Holy
budget,
cow.
GG. But and likewise, if this goes all the way down, all these NFTs that can have Albert in, it's the same sort of thing. He has a bit of a boost. Albert has a bit of a boost. Human, Animal Albert has a bit of a boost. So that's just something you guys might want to bear in mind when you're doing your shopping. This, so that's, oh yeah, that didn't have lore tablets in, so that's your lore tablets, and that's all the promo NFTs, but you probably won't want to worry about the promo ones. You can, if you're finding the promo NFTs, you can stake them without a flash drive. That's something that we kind of point some of the more budget people towards, because they can kind of buy some cheap NFTs and stake them without having a flash drive. But it will take you a while to earn enough to do anything worthwhile with.
Say that one more time about the flash drive, please.
What bit?
The last sentence you said. Something about the flash drive.
Oh yes, the promo NFTs. If you get some of the promo NFTs, you can stake them without a flash drive. So they're from our Series 1 promos, and there's an Envenoms NFT collection. That's what the collection's called, it's not under the Green Rabbit collection. He had his own kind of fancy thing just before we started Green Rabbit, and
Okay.
both promo. I might be able to show you mine actually. Let's So this is where you plug flash drives in.
Okay.
This one here, promo NFTs, stake promo.
Okay.
These were for sale on the Shell Road first. Now you can buy these on the secondary market. These are student tokens, they were handed out as promos, but again you can buy them. And these are all Series 1 promos from before we had our first pack sale. And then these ones are the N Venoms ones, you see? It's not Green Rabbit, it's N Venoms NFTs. With Z and an S.
Just ballpark idea, like when this stuff was originally minted, like these mythics and these legendaries, these animas, the 3D figures, I see them going for like, 80,000, whatever, 50,000, some of them,
Yep.
30,000. Just curious, what was original minting ballpark on that stuff? You know?
What through this the other day? I can't remember exactly, but the starter packs were $10. I remember that. Starter packs were $10. Next pack up was the premium pack, which I think was $45 ish, somewhere around that.
Wow.
Yeah, much. But it had a higher percentage chance of getting stuff. And then we did the crates, the crate packs, and the crate packs is where you got the 3D figure. So the crate packs, again, I can't remember exactly. I think it was $250. It might have been 350, but I'm pretty sure it's 250.
Yeah, I heard they were 250.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And they were for sale in obviously dollars price in wax. They were all wax sales, but that was the value of them at the time.
Okay.
But they paid for it in wax. And then if you bought the crate pack and opened it, you got your 3D figure, and you got a bonus pack, they were called.
Yeah.
So you had an actual pack to open as well with 6 NFTs in. So on the market, you can buy the starter pack still, you can buy the premium pack still, you can buy the crate packs if you want to buy them as packs, and try your luck. You can even buy the bonus packs, I think, still, assuming there's still some available. So if you don't mind gambling and you like ripping packs, you can buy all the packs. They'll all be on the secondary market, all under the packs filter on the NFT Hive thing here. So you've got packs, there's all kinds of packs. You've got Greensmith packs, Origin packs. These ones are Avatar wallpaper packs. These are cosmetic items for your dashboard, which is this thing here. See, I've got a funky background, a spacey background, and I've got a turtle avatar. So those packs are just these ones here. They're just cosmetic. They don't stake in our game. Well, each pack has one wallpaper and one avatar in. So if you want to jazz up your dashboard, that's what those packs are for. But nothing in there stakes to Selenium. So just putting that one out there. These ones are Kyle Loza collaboration packs. This is an artist that Envenom knows personally in real life. He's an X Games gold medal FMX rider. He's invented a few quite gnarly body burial micros tricks. He's also an artist, tattoo artist. He had his collab packs. So you've got Carlo's collab packs, and he also did his own packs as well. You can stake them for Selenium, but you need Carlo's NFTs, and then they will go in when we're on the staking bit. So you've got the part staking NFT section above the promo NFTs.
Oh, okay.
That's where we've got the Carlo's ones. So again, I only got the 3 slots here, and I've got 2, and I'm not even all full up, but you see, it's not even going back. From my promos, I've got an extra 1900 shell an hour, and from just my partner ones, I've got an extra 1300 odd. So, it all adds up. I've got like another $3 grand an hour just from those things. So, but there are other NFTs you can buy if you want to, totally up to you. But be aware, if you're buying the Carlos NFTs, you have to buy a Carlos flash drive as well, and you stake it in that section. These exclusive ones I don't have because I'm not a baller. When our pack sale first came out, we did this fan club thing, and whatever tier in the fan club you got, you had different awards. The highest tier was the big baller tier, and they got some really spanky special NFTs. Let's see if we can find this. So if you're in the schema, you go to exclusives. There you go. And it's this jobby here. This one NFT stakes for 10,000 shell an hour.
Wow.
And how much is that? 130 bucks?
Let's hold on. Let's do it on the price lowest for you. Cheapest one there is 450 wax, 130 bucks. You can only stake 3 of them. Okay, so if any of you did decide to buy them, that's what you chose to do. Don't buy more than 3, otherwise you won't be able to use any of the others.
But that's just for
But
making shell, right? You can't
yeah, that's
do
just for making
crafting
shell.
with them, right?
No, no.
Okay.
But the advantage is you don't need flash drive space for it. So if you're stuck for flash drive space, that is an
Oh.
option. I mean, you know, yeah, again, it's all options. None of this is compulsory. It's all at your own discretion. You decide your own way. This is not financial advice. All the disclaimers. But you know, I'm just trying to show you guys as many options and just let you know what some of these fiddly bits are really. Do you want me to go through anything else here, or go back
I'm
over any of it?
overloaded. I'm
Yeah,
overloaded.
I know
How
it
about
is a
you
bit like
guys?
that.
Nope, I'm following still.
I am following, but
So can you
how
win
you guys
anything from the
got?
mini game?
Not yet. No, the mini game is just for fun.
Okay.
So for us, it's just for fun. When the mini game came out, it was the oh god, the music's gonna be really loud. It was the devs' first chance to work on the code into Link playing a game in Unity with blockchain and wallets and stuff like that, you know. So it gave us something fun to do and play whilst we're waiting for the main game to come, and it gave all the devs a good little insight as to how their code was going to work, how it ends up working, what they might need to do to it to make it work better, all that kind of jazz. So we all kind of turned into product testers for playing a fun little 3D game, you know. So
Yeah.
I think eventually there may be some in-game rewards. I don't know. When it first came out, we did a competition for the first, I think it was month, first few weeks, and we did like, you know, the top scores got prizes. I think I'm pretty sure we did. But yeah, it's more for fun and for a bit of dev testing on all the code before doing it all for the 3D game first time. So it's pretty good for both of us. You know, we got something fun to play and they got some good insight, and we did it on our streams for a few weeks, played it on stream and compared our scores to some of the other people.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been very informative, man, and very helpful. So I
So
think we
when
have
you
a
guys
good
go to
start.
if when you get to the point if you're going to be buying green prints to turn into armor with, because I don't know, I mean, you might have crafted some already, you might not, you might be waiting to craft some yourself, you might not want to go today, but if you are going to buy some green prints to craft, I suggest you use this NFT lookup to
Okay.
find the green prints that have already got a boost from crafting on them
Thank
to
you.
give you a bit of a head start. So you come on here, you go to class, you go down the green print, then obviously whatever rarity you're going for. And remember, you're looking for the ones with these numbers, and you're basically looking for the biggest number.
Is that filterable?
That one there has quite clearly been boosted
Okay. Can
quite
you
a lot.
filter by that? You know, like
Yep, yep, yep.
filter by
That's fine.
whichever one's got the highest boost already?
Uh, newest, oldest, highest price, highest mint, lowest mint. No, so you can't filter through boost, but you know you could filter by rarity and have a look. I think that's anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's no. So you are going to have to scroll through it to have a look. But
Okay.
if you were looking on the secondary market, you wouldn't have these numbers, you see, and you wouldn't know
Ah,
whether
okay.
you're buying a green print that has already got boost in, hasn't got boost in, whether it's got a 4% boost or you know 10 or 14% boost. Um, Another thing kind of worth mentioning is when you turn these into armor, you see how these ones are crafted with 4 component and these ones with 3D figures? The ones with 3D figures, if you have a matching figure of that totem, they are going to have some kind of special power or ability at some point in the gameplay. We don't know what, we don't know when, but just another point to mention. Did someone call my name out there? Did I hear someone saying dub really quietly?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think I did. I was just imagining
I heard a
things.
phone ring.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have details on this special power yet, okay? I probably wouldn't worry about it at first, because what you've got to bear in mind is when we first start using our greensmiths, they're not going to have any XP on them, they're not going to have any levels. So the first set of armour we make is probably not going to be the best set that that green print's ever going to be able to produce, right? So my strategy is the first set of armour I'm making, I don't care if it's not the best set of armour in the world. I just want to get my greensmith fall through the crafting process, make one suit of armour, get some XP and levels into them, and then start working on some proper armours, but are going to have some much better stats on them. Yet again, you guys do what you want to do. I'm thinking more long game. But if you do just want to get up and running, I probably wouldn't worry too much whether it's been crafted with a 3D figure or 4 component. Just get one with the biggest number on it. And you're going to want to buy Ascendant Orbs to boost it. Because if you're using a green print that's not been boosted 10 times, it's going to cost a significantly higher amount of shell and other resource materials to use it. And it's not going to be as strong or as durable as armor crafted with a fully boosted green print. Yet again, it's your decision, you don't have to, but if you're using a green print that hasn't been boosted 10 times, you're going to be missing the trick.
Okay.
So,
You know what you're telling us? You're telling us, okay, what I'm telling you right now is you should do, and then you're telling us, no, it's your decision, you know.
well,
If you
Well,
want to do it, you should do it.
it depends how quickly you want to. I mean, if you're happy to start racing 2 months down the line, do it like the same method we've been doing, you know, craft everything yourself, use everything yourself, you know, and you can do that, you know, you can do that, but if you guys want a shortcut and get things going a bit quicker, these are the things that you can do. That's all I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to give you the different options, so I'm not trying to just send you down one path. This is what you have to do. It's like you can do this or you can do that. It is up to you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that you know about potential things that might mean your armor might not be as good down the line. You might be a bit cheesed off of that dub guy didn't tell me, hey, if I'd have used a 3D figure rather than a 4 component, I could have got a special power. Fuck dubs. Everything out for you guys the best I can. I mean, I know it's information overload, but some of these things you've got to be aware of, otherwise you might get to a certain stage in the process and think, what the fuck's going on here, like I'm getting shafted, you know, just trying to make sure you guys know what you're getting into, like,
It's gonna take some time to
Yeah, it's a lot of information, a lot of processes, a lot of things to know.
there is,
So it seems like it's going to keep you busy for a while.
it is,
Sounds good.
as a game long term, that's kind of what everyone looks for, isn't it? You know, you guys are primarily a gaming guild, aren't you? You're just starting with the crypto stuff. You are just gaming, and that's my background. I come from just being a gamer, you know.
Well,
So
a lot of us are, but we started as a gaming, blockchain gaming.
okay, cool. But still, gaming is your core, isn't it? And
Yeah,
I
most of the
imagine that
people have that background, yeah.
you guys are probably not necessarily playing the games that are giving you the best return. You guys are probably playing the games that you are enjoying the most whilst giving you an adequate return, I would imagine, because nobody likes to play a boring game. I mean,
Exactly.
if you want to play a boring game and earn loads of money and that's what you want to do, cool, but
Welcome to Alien World.
we want to play fun games. Exactly. If you want to do that, click Alien Worlds or click any other clicker game that's not actually a game. But what you're going to have here is a game. And if you want to do everything the right way, it will take you a little while to get going. But it'll be worth it. Because if you do everything like the quotation proper way, by crafting everything yourself, when you do make that anima armor as one complete suit, you're going to be fucking chuffed and nuts, you know?
And you're going to feel so good about all the
Yeah.
work you put into it and seeing that reward.
You're going to be wearing it with pride, you're going to know what the stats are on it, you know, you're going to be chuffed. But then you're going to craft your second set, which is going to be a bit better probably, and then you might pitch your first set, you know, or you might go for a different totem, you know, because as you can see, like all the different animal totems got different stat distribution, you know. So cats are better at one thing than the rabbits are, than the turtles are, than the snakes are. They're all going to play a little bit differently. So you might want to have one of each totem so you can play with them all and experience something different. Like I'm going to make some cats. I'm going to make some turtles. I'm going to make some cats because they're fast and agile. I'm going to make some turtles because they're strong and tough, you know. And I'm going to play with a bit of both to find out where I like it, and then later on down the line I will play with some snakes and some rabbits as well. But I don't want to spread myself too thin at first. I think I'm just going to concentrate on two, you know, because like you guys have realised, there's a lot of processes, and if you want to do that for all 4 different animals, then you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. So,
Quick question.
yep, fire away.
Go over the orbs, what they upgrade again. Is it they do the upgrades for the greensmiths, the green
Right.
prints, and
Yep.
what else?
So you use 10 green prints to make your orbs, the ascendant orbs, and then you can use them to boost your green prints. You use them to level up your foragers, and we're going to use them to level up our greensmiths.
Okay, and when
So
you
they're really
level
important.
them up, you can that means from the common to uncommon, right?
No, just as in a number. So if I go back to my forager here, you see, once again we've got 3 different stats, okay? So
Gotcha.
if you increase your strength, it decreases your chance of getting injured on a mission, because you can get injured, and when you're injured you have to pay a small fee to recover, or you can wait. A bit like with the green prints and the cooldowns, you know, if you fail a craft or if you succeed, it goes into a cooldown, but you can buy it out. So if you put levels into strength, it decreases your chance of getting injured and makes the cost of recovering from the injury, if you want to pay it out, cheaper. Speed, increasing points into speed, decreases the duration of the mission. So every mission has a predetermined amount of time depending on what the weather is. I won't give you too much, but whatever the weather is, it's a different length of time. If you increase your speed stats, it will make the mission shorter, but it's still with a bit of a dice roll. So even though I've got my 2 ones to speed, every 1 hour mission isn't going to have the same amount reduced off of it every time. You know, it's a little bit of a dice roll. Some missions I might get a couple of minutes, some missions a few more, but that's what happens if you do speed. And then luck. So every time you do a mission, you have a chance at getting some bonus materials. If you want to increase your chance at getting bonus materials, you put levels into luck.
Ah, nice.
That's kind of what I'm deciding on at the moment. Okay? But you see, we've got this level here, 18.
Is there a level cap?
Will go up. 50.
Okay.
So orbs are very important.
Yes, orbs are very important. And you make orbs by fusing 10 green prints together. So it's also very important to craft as many green prints as you can. But again, if you want to, you can buy them on the secondary market. So the last few times we've done a sale on our shell rope, we've had whitelist criteria, and the criteria has been some kind of something in game. So it might have been done so many green print fusions within a certain time period, done so many crafts in a certain time period. Yeah. Some people that play it a lot, we already meet these requirements, or we just have to do a little bit extra to meet them. Some people don't play as much, but they don't want to miss out on a sale, so they might have to buy some stuff off the market or do some hustling to do what they need to do. You know, like if you've got to do like 5 green print fusions, for example, that's 50 green prints you need. You might not have 50 green prints spare. You might not have enough time to make them if you've not been playing much, you know. So some people, for some whitelists, have had to go and buy stuff. So again, if you want a shortcut, everything is there. If you want to do it the right way, craft every day. Craft green prints every day, even if it's not many. Even if you just craft 5 a day or 10 a day, craft green prints every day, if you can, because you need them. You know?
I think that would be the best approach. First to go with yourself and not buy anything. Just buy what is required
Yep.
to make the green prints.
Yep.
complete the process. Once you know how the mechanics work, you can go in for the buy
Yeah, yeah.
wherever you are. Yeah.
That's a very wise way of doing it. Definitely, definitely. It'll take you a little bit longer until you're crafting your armor, but it's definitely a much wiser approach.
It'll let us know what we require and where we
Yeah.
require.
And at the end of the day, it'll give you a much better understanding of what you're doing. You know, if you
Yeah.
do just go and buy everything on the secondary market, you're just buying a load of ingredients and sticking them in a pot. You don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it. You're
How
just
to do
doing it.
them?
Whereas if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go through all the processes yourself, then you're going to have a much better understanding of what all these processes entails. Because even though I've just given you guys loads of information, there's still loads more that each, well, not loads, but there's still more that each of these steps that I could expand on, you know.
Yeah.
But I've not wanted to because it's already quite a lot. But when you're ready, it's all here in the Git book.
Yeah.
It's all there. And like, if you go to the tokenomics section, this is the bit that was made by the guy that is the ex-nuclear
Where is
physicist
the Git book?
scientist dude.
Where is the Git?
Do you want me to put the link in general chat for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
Do that. If I just drop that in general chat
Fonzie,
really quick.
Fozzie, I also have it in our Discord linked in our Green
Also
Rabbit
have
chat.
it
Okay.
somewhere, but yeah, that's it. Like, if you want to do some light reading, go through the Git book. Don't try and go through it all in one hit. You're probably going to baffle yourself. Go through a few sections at a time. And obviously, we've got wicked community. We've always got mods about. And if for whatever reason there isn't a mod about, we've got so many members of our community that are really helpful and really knowledgeable. And you just come into our Discord and ask a question, it'll get answered. But you know, for the number phobes and for those that want to do their own visual research, it's all here. It's all here. We got some great YouTube videos. If you go to
Yeah.
Nanotopia
I found it.
TV on, yep. So that's me and Drake the Snake that does both of them. I do all the audio and the narrating stuff, and Drake does the amazing work of putting it all together and making it a proper thing for you guys. You know, I don't know how many other projects there are that do their own tutorial videos quite like we do. So, you know, we're quite proud of that. But yeah, basically everything is here that you'll ever need. But I can still understand that some of it will be confusing. So, you know, if you guys have one ask in Discord or any of you, you know, feel free to hit me up and send me a DM if you want. You know, I'll get back to you when I can. Send any of our mods a DM. Like, we're all same people. We all like to help.
Great.
So, you know, we're happy to do what we can.
Yeah. Relief. I found it. I found it on Discord.
Okay,
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. So yeah, how's that for everyone? Everyone pretty much happy up till now? As happy as you
Yeah.
probably can
Yeah.
be?
It's what I feel is it's really not something you gotta play for a day, for a week, and then it's over.
No,
It's gonna take a very long time.
it's going to take you a few weeks just to figure out what you're doing. Really, it really is. But like I say, just do every process. You know, like you definitely want to do a more wiser approach, and I think that's very sensible. So just take your time, dude. You know, just do it bit by bit. If you're ever at a stage that you're not sure what to do next, or you're not sure why you're doing, or anything like that, just ask someone. You know, like we're really chill, man. We'll get you guys going.
That's great.